Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Velvet here, and I thank you so much for being here with me today. I know that all of you are super busy, but you've taken time out of your lunch hour to sit with me and have a real conversation regarding cancellations and stability. So I don't want to take up much of your time today because I know it's so precious. I know you guys have got to eat and you probably have a full schedule like I do today. So let's go ahead and jump in to cancellations and stability. We need to understand why these cancellations hit us so hard. I can remember the very first time I had a cancellation. I was working with a chiropractor. I was renting an office from him. I was still young and green behind the ears. And when the person canceled, I was like, wait a minute, what? Um, was it personal? Did I do something wrong? So there were all of this chatter that happened in my head that began to make me feel some doubt. So today, it's not about complaining about cancellations. It's about understanding why they hit us so hard, just like what I shared with you and how that first cancellation hit so hard. Now, I also want to caution everybody here while I'm thinking about it is that as we continue to get very busy, we might think a cancellation here and there is okay, but that is not allowing us to protect ourselves. So we can love massage and we can love what we do, but it's about staying off of that roller coaster ride and protecting our body, our nervous system, as well as our mindset. And when that income begins to fluctuate and when it's unpredictable, our nervous system, it really never gets to relax. So, how many of you have mentally recalculated your week because of one cancellation? Yeah, many hands go up at this. Is that, oh my gosh, I have that cancellation. That's going to be $100 less this week. Or the same mindset I said a little bit ago is that you're so busy, you just say, oh, well, good. I need the break. I'm worn out. I'm tired. Well, we're putting that out into the universe. And what the universe hears is that you're tired, and more cancellations could wind up being the end result of that. So, what I want to explain here is that cancellations are an event. They are an event for us to pay attention to. And what this means is a cancellation as an event is a client that has canceled. Now, the volatility is the structure, and volatility is your income swings based on attendance. Wow. Have you ever thought of it that way? So the cancellation is the event that happened. We're feeling it, we're sensing it, we're thinking about it. And then the volatility is that it comes down to money exchanged for our time. When we think about cancellations, it's important for us to structure a really clear cancellation policy because policies manage behavior. They do not build a buffer. And a buffer is what would still pay you if you're not in exchange for that time. So, yes, we have to have a cancellation policy. And yes, charge appropriately for that. But policies don't create stability. They do reduce the damage, but they don't eliminate the dependency. So while policies manage behavior, they do not build buffers. Let's talk a minute about the policies. A policy managing behavior allows us to put a policy in place that if a client cancels, there is a consequence. let's say that you have currently in your cancellation policy, you just have to provide us 24 hours in advance to cancel your appointment, please. But you don't put any kind of financial consequence to it. You might actually find that they'll cancel on you whenever they feel like it. So the policy is there not to buffer when there's a financial consequence, but rather to manage the behavior. A cancellation policy needs to include a financial consequence. If you require a 24-hour in advance cancellation, and you don't feel like, okay, I don't want to charge them for that, that's fine. However, when it starts coming back to you, pay attention to what your nervous system is telling you, because it's going to let you know where you need to build more structure. Everything is about communication. Every event is about communication. On my policies, I wrote them on the back of my business card. My business card was also their next appointment card. So the business card was on the front, my name, address, phone number, website, etc., etc. The back side, your next appointment is, and there was a place to put their time and date. Underneath that was the cancellation policy, that they must cancel within 24 hours to avoid a full charge for their event. Maybe you don't feel comfortable charging them the full amount, and you can put whatever you desire in there. Some people say $25. This doesn't mean that you can't be flexible when somebody calls to cancel, but I would caution how much flexibility you use and the reason that you use it. So let's say that a client contacts you 12 hours prior to the appointment and says she woke up with a fever. Okay, that is understandable. But then the next time she calls and she says, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot my appointment. Well, I appreciate that, but there is a fee for for canceling prior to the 24 hours. Sit with yourself and what feels good to you. But I have a bigger question for you, because we're talking about protecting our income here as well, and that a cancellation policy is not a buffer to that. Let's look at the 3 layers of income that we currently have as practitioners. The first layer is the active income. It's where our hands are on. We are at the table. We are making money at the table. We also have to include gift certificates in that making money, because it still is going to be in an exchange for a service. The second layer is the supplementary income, where there's retail products, education, maybe memberships, maybe a small reoccurring stream. When we think about the supplement income, we also have to be thinking, is that going to be a consumable product? Is it something that can be duplicated every month? Currently, many practitioners will do things like sugar scrubs, candles, salt scrubs, facials, whatever the case may be. And those are every now and then sales. And many therapists only think about doing those kind of supplementary incomes when they find themselves at the end of the road financially. Many therapists may offer a little ebook for a small price, but again, it's a one-time sale. Your third layer of income is structural income. It's income without your daily presence. You don't have to be present. It's automated. So the client takes care of ordering themselves. It's residual. It's a system. There are referrals, and it's all done online. So basically, you can work wherever you need to. And if you're not feeling well that day, or if you're not able to be at work for a while, when's the last time you took a vacation? Then the structural income is a must when it comes to having that income without your presence. So again, active income is hands-on. Supplementary income is retail products that are consumable, but they're not monthly consumable. And structural incomes are systems that produce income independent of your physical presence. And all three of them can exist. It's not about throwing away that third layer and giving up what you love to do. It's about integrating it in with what you're already doing. So if you do a structural third layer, you can still have products in your clinic if you want to. But the nice thing about the structural income is that you do not have to have inventory. That's something to keep in mind as well. So you can love massage, you can protect your body, you can create income layers. All three of these can coexist. So if today created clarity, not fear, but clarity, and you want to explore what building stability could really look like for you personally, then message me. I'm here for you. I look forward to hearing from you. And if there's any questions that you may have, please message me. You can message me through DM on LinkedIn if you're watching this, or via Facebook. So I have one question before we go. And I just want you to kind of imagine this yourself. What layer does this live in? Because many people will ask me, are you saying that we should stop doing massage? And I'm always telling them, not at all. That's layer one. The question is, do we have layer 2 and 3 built in? And this is a conversation that is something I'm writing about in my upcoming book. And we'll be able to explore that a little further as that book becomes published. If this topic resonates with you, that's where I want to help go deeper. So until next time, have a lovely day, and thank you for watching this no matter where you are. Take care.